You ever wonder if the life you're living wasn't really yours? You wake up, eat, work, scroll, and call it a day. But when was the last time you questioned it all? Who told you this was normal? Who told you success is a number? That love must hurt. That silence means you're losing. You've been trained, not raised, to follow a script you never wrote. But what if the mirror lies? What if the you see is just a collection of others' expectations? The truth: you are not broken. You are buried under rules, under fear, under what will they think. Dig, scratch, tear that version apart. There's a you who's never been seen, not even by you. And maybe, just maybe, that's why it hurts so quietly. You re-free, right? You can go anywhere, do anything. But why do you still feel trapped? Why does every step forward pull you 10 steps back in your mind? You are not in a prison. You are the prison, built from childhood voices, echoes of failure, memories that lie in your own voice. You say, "I'm not good enough." But who said that first? You say, "I'll fail." But when did that become law? You've confused fear with truth, and comfort with safety. Some people live 90 years. Some live 1 year. Repeated Josher times. Break the loop. Shatter the thought. Even if your hands bleed. Because pain from freedom hurts less than peace in a cage. This is just real life, they say. Bills, schedules, responsibilities. Grow up. But what if that's the biggest lie ever told? You were born with wonder, imagination, fire. Now look at you. Clocked in, numbed out. When did you trade curiosity for routine, dreams, for deadlines? They made you believe. That joy is childish. That time is money. And that suffering is maturity. But what if they're wrong? What if real life is laughing with no reason, running without a destination, loving without calculation? And maybe all this normal is just a slow death with a polite smile. Don't grow old before you grow alive. What if everything you believe is a lie? What if your memories aren't real? What if your personality isn't you? What if the life you think you're living is just a story your brain keeps whispering to you over and over again? There's something strange about human consciousness. It gives you the illusion of movement, of time, of change, of freedom. But what if that's all it is? An illusion. What if you're not living forward, but trapped in a loop of yesterday, replaying your life in different costumes, under different lighting, but always with the same ending? We assume life is linear. We're born, we grow, we learn, we change. But when you look closely at your thoughts, your patterns, your pain, you start to see something terrifying. You haven't really moved. You've just decorated your cage. This isn't about philosophy. This is about waking up to how your mind creates a reality that may not be reality at all. The illusion of time. Let's begin with the concept of time. You believe it flows past, present, future. But your brain doesn't experience time. It constructs it. Every moment you think you're experiencing now is being filtered, measured, and shaped by past moments. Not consciously, subconsciously. Your nervous system isn't asking what's happening. It's asking, what does this remind me of? So every argument, every trigger, every emotion, you're not responding to reality. You're responding to memory. Time in your body is not a line. It's a Lupin emotional echo chamber. You're not walking down a timeline. You're cycling through the same sensations, beliefs, and expectations that were burned into your nervous system years ago. Ever feel like you're reliving the same fight, the same disappointment, the same dream that always ends in sabotage? That's not coincidence. That's programming. You are not living time. You are rehearsing it. And until you stop mistaking memory for truth, you'll keep mistaking the loop for life. The mind as a prison. Your mind is brilliant. It's a survival machine. But it is not your ally in awakening. Because to awaken means to risk the familiar. And your mind hates that. It's built to protect, not to free. So instead of giving you truth, it gives you comfort. It gives you stories. Stories that sound like this. I'm just not that kind of person. I always mess things up. People always leave. This is just how life is. These are not truths. They're loops. Cognitive loops. Emotional loops. Identity loops. Recycled thoughts. Recycled beliefs. Recycled pain. You think you're thinking, but most of your thoughts are just echoes of unresolved emotion. You think you're choosing, but most of your choices are reactions to unseen fears. You think you're growing, but most of your growth is just adaptation, not liberation. This is how the prison works. It convinces you the walls are you, that your trauma is personality, that your fear is wisdom, that your numbness is peace. But what if it's not? What if the voice in your head isn't your truth, but your training? And what if the life you think you're living is just the defense mechanism of a younger self that never got to heal? The architecture of loops. Let's get surgical. The mind is built on associations. Neurons fire together. Patterns repeat. And the more they repeat, the more real they feel. This is why your deepest suffering often becomes your identity. If, as a child, you felt ignored, your adult brain scans the world for evidence that no one sees you. If you felt unsafe, you'll mistake calmness for boredom and chase chaos instead because it feels familiar. If you were only loved for achieving, you'll become addicted to goals, but you'll never feel fulfilled. And here's the trap. Your pain becomes your compass. You use it to navigate life, to make choices, to trust, to judge, to love. So the loop keeps looping, because the map you're using was drawn by a version of you who was just trying to survive. And survival isn't clarity, it's repetition. This is how a person can live 40 years, but only experienced for years 10 times. And here's the most brutal part. Your loop will disguise itself as logic. It will sound responsible. It will feel rational. But it is fear wearing a lab coat. Because the moment you try to leave it, it screams, what if you're wrong? What if you fail? What if this is all you have? But let me ask you, what if what you fear losing isn't even real? The cost of awakening. Waking up isn't romantic. It's violent. Not against others, but against the lies you've built your life around. It means losing your story, losing your certainty, losing your comfort. It means questioning everything, especially the things you say about yourself when no one's listening. You will grieve, not just people, not just moments, but entire identities. You'll grieve the version of you that tried so hard to be good, to be enough, to be safe, to be liked. And you'll have to face a truth few are willing to. The life you've built may have been constructed to protect your wounds, not express your soul. So yes, awakening will cost you. It will cost you your illusions, your coping mechanisms, your masks. It will leave you naked in front of reality. No scripts, no armor, no someday to hide behind. But in that nakedness, you will find something you've never truly known. Clarity, not comfort. Clarity And clarity doesn't feel like a warm hug. It feels like cold air after years in a sealed room. It stings. It's sharp, but it's alive. And that's what you're here for, isn't it? To feel alive, not just safe. The power of seeing clearly. Once you see the loop, you cannot unsee it. You start noticing your patterns, noticing how your gut feeling is often just past pain disguised as instinct, noticing how you recreate roles: victim, savior, outsider, not because they're true, but because they're familiar. You stop asking, why does this keep happening to me? And you start asking, what in me keeps inviting this in? This is the turning point, the moment of power, the moment where truth replaces drama. You begin to see life not as a story, but as a mirror, not a punishment, but a reflection. You realize the world was never against you. It was responding to your frequency, to your unhealed beliefs, to the story you were broadcasting often without words. And now, you stop broadcasting pain. You stop living as a reaction. You stop worshiping the past. You pause. You breathe. You choose. Not what feels familiar, but what feels true. That's freedom. Not the absence of fear, but the ability to feel fear and still see clearly. To say, I see you, old pattern, but I am not you anymore. The door has always been open. Let me tell you something no one ever told you. You were never stuck, not in your past, not in your body, not in your mind. You were circling a door that was never locked. You just believed it was, because belief is powerful. It shapes perception, and perception shapes reality. But belief is not truth. And when you let go of belief, you start to see clearly. You see that the future isn't waiting. It's already here. But it can only reveal itself when you stop dragging yesterday into it. You see that identity isn't fixed. It's fluid. And every time you tell the truth, you shift who you are. You see that awakening is not a lightning bolt. It's a decision to stop pretending you don't know. Because deep down, you've always known. You've known the story wasn't working. You've known the patterns weren't random. You've known there was something more. You just needed someone to say it out loud, to confirm what your soul has been whispering. You are not broken. You are becoming. So now, the choice is yours. Return to the loop, to comfort, to familiarity, or walk, barefoot, uncertain, awake, into the terrifying, beautiful unknown, where nothing is guaranteed, but everything is possible. Because you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. And awareness, my friend, is the beginning of freedom.